So you know, I've already gone through all the formalities at the Rising Stones. Made sure to inform Jamoldva and Vmar at Ralga's Reach as well.
Arenvold, I admire your enthusiasm, but this is far more dangerous than anything you have done before.
I know the risks. And I also know what's in store if we don't stop Fandaniel from carrying out his plan.
I'm still on the fence about the name
With this power
Fandaniel.
of mine, I can make a difference. If I stood idly by, I would regret it for the rest of my life.
You're supposed to hate
And
him?
you, Fudola?
It's not that I hate him.
Is
It's
this
just,
what you want?
I'm wondering if it'll grow on me.
What are you asking me for? It's not like I have any say in the matter.
Oh, is that like an explosive collar on her? Or is
Don't
that on her
pretend.
neck?
We both know Commander Eldin gave you a chance to refuse. And you didn't.
Man, why are you still so salty, girl?
So the Empire's finished, is it? But that's what they're all saying. That the great and glorious Garlemald slit its own throat. And now, from out of its twitching carcass crawls the Telophoroi with bloody Xenos at its head! I fought for Garlemald. Killed for Garlemald. What was I part of? I need to know. Whatever it is, I need to know.
Do we not know at this point? I mean, even the Emperor admitted it was the Asians.
Very well. If your hearts are set on this, I shall not stand in your way.
Ooh. Yo, the bro fist. I like it. What a great scene. Oh, thanks,
If you
Barry.
finished with
I
your
missed it.
touching display of camaraderie, I have a question. Which tower are you planning to investigate, exactly?
Well, the one in Girabani is said to be tightly guarded. It's patrol after patrol out there, apparently. We'd be spotted before we got anywhere near
I
it,
agree, Freak Technic. The Arbor bro
which
fist
is
was
why
still
we've
better.
set our sights on the one in Pagalthan instead. There shouldn't be anything like as many Imperials to worry about down there.
Even so, I doubt the local Amalja will look kindly on it if they catch you sneaking around in their territory.
Fordola and I had a chance to learn the lie of the land in our previous forays there. We might still find trouble, but at least we won't lose our way. Well, we'd best not keep them waiting any longer.
Mayhap when all of this is over, we could take another trip to Loxeld. I would have you know I've become a rather capable swimmer since our last visit.
Ha! I'll believe that when I see it. Though, to be fair, getting into deep water does seem to be a scion's lot in life. Take care, eh?
What's next after this? I think the developers have stated that the Omega Raid lore is pertinent to Endwalker. So I think the next thing
It
up is
means
I'd
a
like
lot,
to
you
do
know.
Omega Raids.
You come in with me.
Yeah.
I'll still owe you for saving my skin, don't I?
You've already done coils.
Can't
Yep.
return the favour if I'm not there.
I dare say you'll get your chance before long. That Fandaniel sounds like a tricky customer. Too much for the likes of me, anyway. But we both know I'd just be another soldier if it weren't for my gift. And I need to be a damn sight more than that given what's coming. I realise I can't hold a candle to a hero like the Warrior of Light or Alphino, for that matter. He might look like he's 12, but he's seen more action than most people see in a lifetime.
True.
No, the fact is I'm nothing like them, and maybe I never will be. But I'll be damned if I don't try.
Good mindset.
They're counting on me. On us. So let's give it our all.
I like Arnvald. He's a grounded dude. Yeah. As I get older, I appreciate that more and more in people.
He does not want for conviction, that much is certain. So let us have faith in him. Him and Fordola both. While they see to the towers, I would attend to another task. Chasing down this lunar Bahamut.
Lunar Bahamut sighted.
Bloody thing. Can you hear me? It's Tataru. I'm happy to say we've managed to find Estinien.
Of course they did.
And I'm sorry to say he went running off again the moment we told him about Bahamut.
He was like, oh, dragon!
But he did mutter something about heading to Ishgard. So if you're quick, you might still be able to catch him.
Okay.
Even if we set out this instant, he may already have left by the time we arrive. Have her send the Bonanza to Ishgard. It may prove useful should we need to give chase.
Yeah, I think Estinien is probably also a combat sexual. Yeah, him and Xenos. Not quite to the degree of Xenos, but probably
Gladly.
so.
I'll see to it as soon as Kryl and I get back to the Rising Stones. Good luck.
Oh god, Chameleon Q, don't do that to me.
While you go off on your dragoon hunt, Urianger and I will return to headquarters. We have much to tell the others.
Chameleon says, I
I
think
wish
you would...
you every success in your search for our
Hold on, we gotta wait for
elusive friend.
Schemagier.
May we all meet again ere long.
I think you would like Fandaniel more if you were more serious. A more grim Fandaniel, if you will. Dude, I already having so much trouble with this. Don't make it worse. I will say that the more I see the character, the more interested I am in knowing Fandaniel's backstory. Because, okay, we know he's not sundered. So that means that, and here's where it gets a little bit confusing. So we know about the red mask, black mask relationship. And we know that the highest of the hierarchy were ancients that didn't get split to the realms. So, excuse me, yeah, unsundered. I said that wrong. Unsundered. So we know the sundered are the ones that, and this is where it gets a little confusing. And here's the thing. Feel free to answer this if we've already been over this, because I'm 90% sure we have, and I didn't just fully understand it. So, yay or nay? If I'm understanding this properly, the unsundered are fully formed ancient souls, and the sundered Asians are ancients that were split across the realms, but have partially reformed their shards. Okay. So basically they're... Now, one question I have is, can a sundered become unsundered? Can an Asian... Like, were the unsundered because they never split? Or because they fully reformed? Because it goes, I mean, you could posit that we now know with what happened between us and Ardbert that we can rejoin without a rejoining. Okay, that's something we don't know yet. Only on Sundays. Okay, cool. It is unclear. All right, so we do know that we can partially rejoin without a rejoin event, as per Arsol and Ardbert's. So it goes, like, I'm wondering if the unsundered created the sundered by like going out and finding shards and combining them themselves. But anyway, going back to the whole thing, I am super interested in Fandaniel's story because he seems incredibly driven, and I'm wondering what got him to that state. Fandaniel looks like he's on speed. He acts and looks like he is drugged with an amphetamine. And I'm curious, like, where is all of this motivation coming from? We have not yet seen an Ascian, like even the ones that were super driven, like Elidibus, they were never like animated and over the top. Like this guy's got jazz hands. And I'm curious if they're going to explore, like, why is this guy so different? Like, what about, like, how did he go? Was he always crazy? How did he go crazy? Why does he want to kill everyone? Like, I'm actually very interested. Also, I'm kind of curious, like, what was his role when Elidibus was around? Because we'd never seen him until now. So what was he doing? Like, what was his role in all this? So anyway, yeah. Needless to say, I'm very interested, given the context of the world, what's going on with him. I'm looking forward to getting more information on that. And I hope it's as interesting as what happened with the girl, the evil girl. I never got her name right. It's not Yojitsu, but yeah, you know, the girl from Stormblood, who, like, Yotsuyu. Yeah. I really liked learning the perspective of Yotsuyu, because it turned like a normally just generic evil character into like this very multifaceted, interesting character. So I'm hoping we see a similar progression with Fandaniel. I think that would be pretty cool. It would be very unfortunate if they're just like, yeah, he's just batshit crazy and hates everyone. Let's get him, you know? I hope they... It kind of seems that way, but we'll see. We'll see. Somebody says, yeah, of course they're going to do that. Well, I mean, they haven't for all characters. You know, sometimes people are just batshit crazy. That's the way of the world. Yeah. All right, to the Sky Steel Manufactory. Xenos is still just crazy. Yeah, that's another. I wonder if we're going to get more information on Xenos' situation. So that's another thing. We don't really know a lot about why he became the way that he did. What's so wrong with that just crazy exists? Nothing really. I mean, it's not, but I still kind of hope I feel like Xenos represents just crazy. I feel like Xenos is a good example of characters that are just crazy. Like they've talked about his background multiple times, about how, you know, he was finally trained and he exhausted all his challenges and he just kept looking for more, and they just kind of like leave it out there that he's just freaking crazy. He's just like a crazy dude. You know, they've never really made any attempt to explain it. So, and you know, I think that's fine. Just like you said, I think it's fine to just sometimes have crazy people. Xenos isn't crazy, he's just bored. Oh, so whenever you get bored, you go and look for the, you know, biggest fight you can get into and then kill them, and he's just bored, right? That's what. Oh yeah, you do? Oh, well, never mind then. Okay. Put me in my place, why don't you? But Emmerich sent word that you would be attending the meeting of Alamigo, so I gather you not come in search of him. To what do we owe the pleasure of your visit? Blah 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 blah. Estinien. Ah, I see. No, we were not aware, sir. Estinien had returned to Ishgard. But as I expect you remember, he is wont to come and go as he pleases. Okay. Xenos is just a hardcore raider. Yes, Xenos represents the MMO hardcore raider faction. I don't care about story and motivations and characters. I just want to kill shit. He's a cutscene skipper. Xenos is a cutscene skipper. They wanted to personify cutscene skippers in game, and that is Xenos. Xenos is the cutscene skipper. Oh, look, the world is burning. Bored, bored, bored. When is my next raid? And what did he do? What did he do in Stormblood? He murdered everybody, and then what was the first thing he did? Oh, look at that. And he walked over and picked up the loot, and he's like, oh, look at this sword. I think I'll keep this. This is a nice sword. So we now know that he is focused on two things, killing shit and looting them. Interesting. Interesting. So basically he's Cohh. I'm enjoying the story, thank you. Cohh loot. I don't think Xenos would have played the MSQ. Like I said, I think he'd be a skipper. I'm not skipping everything. I'm not a villain. Mostly. Most of the time. I'm a bouncer and a bongoer. Yes. Voice acted?
No sign of him. Not that I've ever met him before, but the way Alphino goes on about him, I'm fairly sure I could pick him out in a crowd.
You guys are the Smilers. Yeah.
Speaking of which, it does seem awfully quiet. If the erstwhile Azure Dragoon had returned to Ishgard, would it not be a source of general excitement?
First the Scion's Coinkeeper, and now you. I'm beginning to think these meetings are more than mere coincidence. Not that I'm complaining. It's been too long.
Too long?
You look an ilm taller and twice as rugged. It suits you, Alphino. Quieter, though. Have you been giving him lessons on how to be the strong, silent type?
I am not Alphino!
Wow.
If the two of you are such firm friends, perhaps you should remember what he looks like. And what do you mean, rugged? Ugh! Had my brother mentioned what an oaf you are, I'd never have bothered looking for you in the first place.
Estinien Wormblood, the Azure Dragoon. He who fought and felled the dread worm Nidhogg at the Warrior of Light's side. To think the day would come when I should see this living legend with my own eyes.
Oh, that was amazing. He's so confused.
Would someone mind explaining what is going on?
Is everything all right? I thought I heard Alizé shouting. Estinien! It's been too long.
I want to see like 5 more minutes of that conversation. Oh, that was amazing. Also, I love that Graha has a fanboy
it's quite
mode.
understandable.
Just like,
It was hardly the first time we've been confused for one another.
oh man.
Nor, I suspect, will it be the last.
Well, I, for one, will not be making that mistake again. What I will say, for the second time today, is that you've grown. Inside and out. I can tell.
One can't remain a spoiled little lordling forever, you know.
At least someone's having a good time.
Oh, let it go. Y'all are identical. Slow
Even
down.
when we were growing up, Alphino would never befriend other boys because he couldn't stand the thought of not being in charge. But maybe that's changed. He seems just as happy around Estinien as he does Arenvald.
Oh, I like that line. I think he's learned how to talk with people rather than at them. It's a great line.
I wouldn't be so sure. He still loves nothing better than the sound of his own voice.
Most people do. Including you, Azys. Mm-hmm.
No rest for the righteous, eh?
Like Cohh?
Speaking of which,
Well, I still haven't learned
I was
that
just
properly.
on my way to borrow an airship to take me to Azys Lla.
Probably one of the reasons I'm so bad with people.
Azys Lla? How could I forget? The dragon with whom Bahamut shared the deepest of bonds.
Aye, Tiamat, his mate. Even now she remains imprisoned on Azys Lla, though her remorse binds her faster than any shackle.
I see. As the one who first summoned Bahamut, you believe she may be able to shine some light on his latest incarnation.
Might I suggest that we make the journey to Azys Lla together? I'm not sure if Tataru mentioned this, but we Scions have an airship of our own now.
I see no reason why not. Assuming your sister can bear the thought of sharing a deck with me.
Be my guest. But confuse me with Alphino again and I'll throw you overboard. Ugh! I don't know who he thinks he is, but he's nothing like Alphino painted him to be.
He's so angry.
I will admit, he is not exactly as I imagined him either. Based on what I had read of the man, I think I was expecting someone a little less blunt.
I think she likes him. Maybe. Vivid Reader, thank you for the 13 months, buddy. Appreciate that, man. It's been quite some time since I last set foot in Azys Lla, but I understand the three of you were here rather recently. I don't suppose you chanced to meet with Tiamat during your visit? We did not. Alas not, we had no cause to set foot here in the Delta Quadrant, but I have studied the relevant records, which is not to say I wouldn't appreciate a first-hand account of her dealings with her. Well then, Cohh is the person to ask. As far as I know, is the only one of us who have met Tiamat face to face. Let's just say it helped that Midgard Stormer was there to introduce me. Ah yes, you were a friend of her father. I too have met with him. After the Dragon Song War came to a close, I came here to speak with her, a worm who had fought her own war against man in another age. I wished to know if she yet harbored thoughts of vengeance and asked as much. She said no. Her hatred for your kind was extinguished long ago. The guilt she feels for resurrecting Bahamut burns on undimmed. It torments her even now. I see, then your original reason for coming here was out of concern that Tiamat had been forced to summon Bahamut. Nidhogg is a part of me. I feel his emotions as my own, and I know that he would not allow his sister to be made a tool of evil. In his absence, it falls to me to watch over her. Wow. Huh. Okay. Is this like a proper single-player game story-wise? Can it be played online with others? To be honest, Savamon, this MMO is probably the closest to like a single-player RPG that I've played that is still in an MMO format. The only times you ever need to play with other players are during story dungeons and every so often story raids. And even then, in later expansions, they introduce a system where you don't even need to do that. So it is an MMO. There's no question it is an MMO. But at the same time, it has significant elements of single-player RPGs. Yep. But it is very much the format of an MMO. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. SWTOR is very similar. If you liked SWTOR, and it's the way that it works, then I would say, yeah. No, it's an MMORPG, like SWTOR. What's SWTOR? Star Wars: The Old Republic. SWTOR, SWTOR. Yeah. That's true. Kodai Ryu says you do have to do all the story content alone in Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic, which is true. And I would actually say that maybe SWTOR is a little more single player oriented than this one, just for that facet alone. But outside of that, they're incredibly similar.